Well, good morning guys, another beautiful day on the farm here. And so today what I wanted to talk to you about, I'm going to show you a little update on the house and stuff, just daily update. But I wanted to say today what I'm grateful for is good drinking water. So let me know down in the comments, you guys, down below the video, what you're grateful for. So this is our well pump setup. Right now we have stuff stacked in there just to kind of keep the weather out until I can build something better. But there was a well here that was abandoned, not used in years, because they brought city water in here. And we don't really particularly care for city water because that's not what we're used to, but we're using it right now for washing and things like that. But we got the well, went through when the in-laws were here. We found out that the well pump was all the way on the bottom. I think it's just over 100 feet deep. But so we set it about 5 feet off the bottom because we didn't want to get sediment in, which is pretty typical, I think, 5 feet off the bottom. So we reset that, and everything works. I got to run power from a different source eventually, but got a different frost-free because the frost-free in the yard was hooked to it and it was really rusty. But I got to do something before winter to maybe build a shed over this or something to protect it, because there is a well and a pressure tank. It was really nasty in there when I first found it, like insulation. They had a roof built over it and all insulation fallen in there. We found out though that our well, we had it tested, it has a lot of sulfur in it and has different stuff. But we shocked it one time, and so it's a lot better as far as the bacteria and stuff, but we still wanted to get it filtered. So for our current drinking water situation, we got one of these ProOne water filters. It's a competitor to Berkey. We used to have the big Berkey years ago, but this one is so much cheaper and it has really good reviews. It seems very comparable. I'll let you know our thoughts on it as it goes along, but so far it's really been helping with our sulfur and things that we need to help with on our drinking water. So quick update on the house this morning. We've been ripping and tearing. I think I showed some of this yesterday, but I don't know if I did with the floor joists out of there. So you can see there, the ground's really uneven. More so than it was over there. But we're getting some of these floor joists out of here, getting these boards torn out of here. That's that biggest, coolest board right here that's 16 inches wide, 8 feet long. So we're leaving this beam for now as much as we can, which the framing's really rough in here. I'd showed it before, but it's kind of supporting the center of that hip. Just leaving that for now, leaving as much as we can. So we're going to tear that center section out, and then I think we're going to leave that for now until we get the roof torn off, because that wall is sitting over on here a little bit. I'm not sure why they framed it this way. Instead of framing it right on top of the concrete block wall, they framed it over 1.5 feet, and I think that's part of why the sag is going on. But it's just too big of a span for a 2x6, I think. These have about 1.5 to 2 inch sag in the middle. So anyway, but never know what you're going to find. So then the crawl space gets deeper down on that end there. And they have an access into the deeper part right there. Yes, if you ever had to get in here. But just wanted to kind of document this in the middle of it. We're trying to get this rest of this torn out because they're going to come get the dumpster here in a few hours. So we got to get this done. It's coming along good though. So we've got this board out intact, actually the 16-inch board, so we're going to save it. And we found this old newspaper on the underside of it. It's kind of interesting. I think they repurposed this from somewhere else, but so this just kind of shows a little bit of stuff that's interesting. Magic mayonnaise. You can pause it to read it if you need to, but it's kind of cool. Just wanted to document that a little bit. This one, it's too bad. There's a date on here, but it's cut off right there. The 19 is cut off. So it was some kind of Courier Journal in Louisville, Kentucky. Crossword puzzle. But yeah, this is a poplar board, I think, based on how light it is and just how it looks and everything. We did find a few pieces of poplar, but it's 16 inches wide, 8 feet long. Pretty neat old board, and it's pretty good shape. Well, guess what? It's raining again. My goodness, it's coming off the roof, coming down. You can see it on the shed roof over there pretty good. Really glad for this little porch we have on the shed. It's only about a 4-foot porch, but it helps. But yeah, halfway through the day we're just eating some lunch and really coming down.